We also want to highlight a race in Santa Clara County that could actually make history. Voters are now deciding who will replace termed-out Supervisor Cindy Chavez representing District 2, and that covers East San Jose, also parts of downtown. Now, 2 of the 5 candidates are vying to be the first Vietnamese Americans to serve on the board. Betty Duong, who served as Chavez's chief of staff, and Madison Nguyen, who was the first vice mayor on the San Jose City Council. So Lauren Toms has been following this and what this representation actually means for the county's large Vietnamese community. This is history-making if it happens.
Yeah, exactly. If it does happen, this community is actually so large that it is the largest Vietnamese community outside of Vietnam itself. And with a population that's been growing steadily for more than 50 years, representation at the supervisor level is an exciting potential to solidify their political voice. On the steps of the nation's first Vietnamese American Service Center, a visual representation depicts the migration of Vietnamese immigrants around the world and right here in Santa Clara County. It's become a symbol of the growth and impact of the Vietnamese community in Silicon Valley.
And then if you move down here, the history of the boat people, Vietnamese refugee immigrants, I'm one of them.
Mikkel Lee and her family settled in Silicon Valley after the fall of Saigon, drawn by opportunity and community. She's one of more than 180,000 Vietnamese Americans who call the county home, marking one of the largest Vietnamese populations outside of Vietnam. And the community's strength is being seen in a county supervisor race that could result in the area's first Vietnamese supervisor.
I think it's just fantastic to know and to hear that we're coming to where we are. It also means that the Vietnamese community mature politically, understanding as well as exercising and understanding the importance of their votes.
That progression is seen throughout the center, where signs are depicted in 3 languages: Spanish, English, and Vietnamese. Researcher Stephen Hubbard has been tracking immigrant populations across the country and says Santa Clara County stands out from others nationwide.
Within the state of California overall, it's about 27% of the population are immigrants. In particular, in Santa Clara County, it's 40.6%. Of the population. So that is much higher than it is than the state average.
His report that partnered with the county's Office of Immigrant Relations showed that of the immigrant population in Santa Clara County, more than 64% are Asian American, followed by the Hispanic community that makes up 20%. It also found that immigrants make up more than 50% of spending power in the county. And with these growing communities comes cultural and political diversity that is now being seen in local political races. Philip Nguyen of the Vietnamese American Roundtable says it's a sign of exercising democratic power that isn't practiced in Vietnam.
I think as folks who were displaced as refugees, who then reunited with their families or were politically persecuted in their homelands, a homeland that no longer exists, I think power and power dynamics has a really big part of that history.
The Vietnamese community in the county has been celebrated, but is yet to be represented through the highest ranks of city government. And for Lee, that potential of Vietnamese leadership brings permanence to their voice.
To be able to have something like this, it speaks volume to how rooted we are here after about half of a century.
Honoring her home of Vietnam, but celebrating the future in San Jose. Now, the other candidates in the race include Alum Rock Union School District trustee Karina Herrera-Loera, nonprofit founder Jennifer Clea, and attorney Nelson McElmurray. The top 2 vote getters in this race will move on to a November runoff election unless one candidate pulls more than 50% of the vote tonight.
All right, well, we'll keep a watch on this, but obviously whoever gets this seat has a lot to tackle. I mean, there's some key issues that they're going to have to hit the ground running on. So what are some of them, I guess, right out the gate.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the seat has been held by Cindy Chavez for more than a decade, but San Jose is facing a $250 million deficit and a nearly $1 million housing bond. Homelessness is a key issue for most of these candidates in the race, all eager to get a legacy that is tackling these issues.
Well, it's certainly historic. We'll follow the numbers tonight and see what happens. Thank you for that close-up look. Appreciate that.